Passes are gone? Passes are not gone. Oh, fuck. God damn it. God damn it. Shit. Shit. Okay, let's, oh, god damn it. Fuck. Well, rip. Rip, guys. Rip. No. Please. Don't do it. I could make a joke right now. Like, let's do this. I'm Matterall, by the way. Ah, boy. Use my drones. Oh, yeah, I have drones. Hey, guys, look at this. Oh, yeah, let me out of here. Let me out of here. Come on, 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 come on. There we go. There we go. Holy fuck, I actually got out. Are you fucking shitting me, dog? Did that Matterall line work? I'm gonna tell everybody I'm Matterall now. Is that really Matterall? No. Nah. Oh, that was so fucking funny. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I'm so glad you guys were here to see that. That's great. Oh, boy. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, GF. GF. Oh. Elite PvP tactics. Just tell them that you're Matterall. Oh, good. Mayor Dud's the only one with a camera.
Oh, do we want cameras?
I've got mine off.
Can they hear us?
They can hear us.
Hello?
Is this thing on?
Hello, everyone.
How do I podcast?
Yeah, it's like live streaming, but for posterity. So, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mindclash podcast, episode number 91. That episode where we brought all those Black Legion members doesn't feel like a media streaming show. Nope, we're just calling it Black Legion. Names are hard, okay?
It's Black Legion ...
Is it 4 dots or 20?
It's 3 at the current rendition.
Oh, okay, all right.
But I bet there'll be 5 by the end of the year.
Yeah, we'll get into that for sure. Well, thank you, all our guests here for joining us. Let's start at the top. Kale, how you doing?
I am doing great. I'm on staff duty right now, but I just came off the fantastic 3-day weekend where I was doing a home brewers retreat, a little getaway weekend in Austin, Texas, where we got to drink all of the beers that we like to brew as home brewers and pass out awards. I got my 3 medals for 3 of my beers.
Awesome.
So that was fun.
So I guess you're not drinking tonight.
No, just some lemonade.
I'm drinking the 2 Straws Milkshake IPA with mango and pineapple.
Oh boy, that sounds delightful.
It's quite good. Quite good. Drayden, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Did you want us to do like a throw up an intro or?
Yeah, just humor us.
Okay. Well, I'm Drayden. Fly for currently Black Legion ... I was in Imperium for a long time though. I was Bastion about 6 months ago, and TNT before that. Well, actually CO2 and then TNT. So I've been in Imperium for a long time, but swapped over. And yeah.
Yeah, we were in that corp together when we did the flip.
Yeah, you were in Dirk's corp with me.
Yeah, good times. And you do a show, right?
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, let me plug the show. So yeah, we do man, what's it called, Rain? Open comms?
Yeah.
Something like
Podcast.
that.
Yeah, we do open comms on Friday nights, and just bullshit. Oh wait, is this a swearing friendly show?
You can
Oh,
swear
absolutely.
here, yeah.
Okay, yeah. We BS about Eve and derail all the time and have some drinks, and it's a good time.
God, I don't want to plug your own show for you. Jeez.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I haven't listened to not just Open Comms, but I haven't listened to really any other Eve Online podcasts in quite some time. Because I've been spending too much time like listening to other non-Eve podcasts. Is that weird?
You're not missing much.
I know.
I was gonna say I haven't listened to Open Comms in quite a while because Drayden hasn't fucking.
You know what?
published them.
That's not my fault because Miss Country is the one that actually posts those. I send her the audio, and then but she's
Oh,
been on
okay.
vacation for a couple weeks, so she just got back. So it's
Alright.
gonna be like she posted like 2, and then I'm gonna have to give her 2 more, and she have to post the last 2 weeks up there as well.
Okay, I'll give her a pass.
Fair enough. Manic, how you doing?
Hi, Merdad. How are you?
I'm good. Tell us a little bit about yourself. No one knows who you are.
I've seen him on
I'm
TV or
Manic
something.
Velocity, a Twitch streamer, moderately famous Twitch streamer, GIF maker, F1 monkey, and the best looking person in Black Legion aside from Elo.
So you heard it right here, everyone. GIF.
GIF, yeah, with a G, not with a
I,
J.
I appreciate you. I really do appreciate you.
Thank you. You know, we're on the winning team.
All right.
Fair enough. And did you hype your content?
Oh God, I hate doing this. Twitch.tv/Manic Velocity, and on YouTube too. That's it.
You got to make that effort if you want to get above 1,000 subscribers. Come on.
Oh, yeah, I want to get a little above 1,000.
Beautiful. Anyways, Rain, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. It's a long time no talk, honestly.
I know.
No, I feel like I haven't seen you guys in forever.
Rain was like one of our first guests.
Hell yeah. I think I last saw you at Vegas, to be honest.
Yeah, that's probably true. Although, are you going to this year's Vegas?
Well, I mean, that's more part of my intro, but we're like 2 weeks from baby due date, so yeah, I'll be busy.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, congrats, man. Might
So
be a
bring
little
the
tough to
bring
do,
the baby to
with a
Vegas.
3-month-old, though.
No, bring the baby along.
You've got a baby
Why
in a
not?
bar.
Yeah,
A brand new alpha clone.
that would be hilarious, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna work. And we also have another wedding in October that we have to go to, so this year is gonna have to be a skip. It might transition into a FanFest push for 2019. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah. I could just imagine Meredith coming down there like with the baby carrier to the bar, sets it on the ground. He's like, "I'll take a double shot of rum on the rocks, please."
What I would do is I would hide beers in the baby carrier because that's my thing at Vegas. I just hide beers on my person.
check.
Is that technically distribution to a minor?
No, if the baby doesn't drink it.
It's because of a minor. Anyways, Rain, please finish your intro.
Hi, I'm Rain. I'm a girl. That's really my only credentials.
I'm a girl. I have boobs.
I really can attribute all my success to being born female rather than male. Though I have to deal with being stupid and underestimated all the time, but it pays off.
But you make great sandwiches.
Exactly. No, sorry. I
What are
just
you talking about, Manic? I'm a strong, independent man. I don't need a
Send
woman
your,
to make my
send your
sandwich.
complaints to admin@mindclashlive.com.
Oh man, not my fault. Manic did it.
No, I don't know. I guess like my serious intro is hi, I'm Rain. I play with Black Legion. I'm also a streamer, AT commentator, and I work with Streamfleet as well as EVENT, and I also stream on the CCP channel. I think that's the majority of any of my credentials. I like to sit in unique ships, so if anyone has an Atana, please give it to me so I can sit in it. I will give it back as Scott's honor.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Just for a second.
Yeah. Does that count? Is that a good intro?
That's a beautiful intro. Well, thank you all for joining us. I was hoping to have your dear leader here tonight, but that's all right. I'm sure you will all speak well of your alliance. Long may it rain.
Yeah, right.
Although we did lose our favorite was it executive officer?
Wasn't he the
Wait.
CEO?
He's back now.
Well, I think he was self-proclaimed CEO. I don't know who actually held the car keys, but
Who is the CEO anymore?
wasn't it Doom Bunny?
Okay.
According to Efu, it's not Matt. It's Elo. But who knows?
Who's Elo?
I don't know, some guy. But let's get into some news. That's how we do this show. We talk about the news a little bit first. This week is today, 9 hours left.
Today.
Is the last day of the Federation Grand Prix. You can go fly around HiSec and fly to some monuments and get some points and trade them in through loot boxes for some accelerator skins and some hardwirings for drone bonuses. Good luck if you haven't started already, but if you have a couple last points, you gotta sneak in. I mean, you can log that character in right now and hit autopilot.
So this
I still have
reverse
not
thing
done
on
a single
the
one.
hard wirings for the drones. One of the prizes, the 5% damage, 5% minus 10% armor and shield. It says and reverse, so you could swap those. Wouldn't the 10% damage and hold on, I'm reading that wrong.
There's a 10% to armor and shield bonus for a minus 5% to damage.
I was reversing it wrong in my head. I was thinking 10% to damage and minus 5% armor and shield. I'm like, that's just so much better. Never mind.
They are quite valuable as far as the last estimated value there, as this is likely going to be the only place to find them, similar to previous events where we had like the webbing bonus hardwiring, which may turn into a seasonal reward.
That's exciting.
That was a sweet hardwiring. I definitely need to throw that in whenever I get my Hugin.
Meredith, I have not done a single one of those sites. I'm not gonna lie to you.
They're so easy.
I mean, I also have to log in. Oh, breaking news to everybody. My wife did inform me about an hour or two ago that our upstairs air conditioning has been repaired, and I can actually move back into my office and do things in there without children bothering me.
Okay, I don't have AC in my room. I wish I did.
This is Texas, man. If you don't have
it's
AC,
probably
you're
hotter
gonna
down
die.
there.
A little bit.
Do you have different endpoints in your house for your ACs, or just like a wall-mounted thing?
It's a central system, but I got one for upstairs and one for downstairs because we're fancy as fuck like that.
Maybe you could write an API, ESI API for different endpoints for your AC.
Are you? I like that you're segueing.
Like a boss.
Ah, look at you.
So Team Techco had a dev blog out today about the ESI API is a shared resource, and please do not abuse it. So stories are bumbling around the rumor mill about people abusing the ESI token system, which is now, I don't know much about tech stuff, but it's the replacement for APIs, the way we used to gather information from the game on third-party tools. Well, some handy devs have developed a tool where you will search. You'll do a search option for, it seems to be there's two things they're searching right now that are overloading the system and taking too many resources. They're searching for open citadels that a character can dock with, and another player is another developer is searching for all of the character IDs for every character.
So they're abusing it on CCP's end. They're using up all their server space.
Well, the ESI is run through Amazon services, so there's lots of server load. It's not like they're pulling from Tranquility or something.
But they're making it sound like they're running this thing off of like an Raspberry Pi. Like, oh my god, please guys, stop your overloading our nano processor.
Disconnected.
I'm just wondering because I don't think CCP ever came out and did they specifically tell the developers you're only allowed so much load for your apps that pull on the ESI? Because I don't really remember hearing anything about that.
No, there was no firm load limit. They just wanted to see how it went. First, they wanted to see how many people uptook it and see how the developers used it. But since they have so much data on who's pulling when and how often it's being pulled and how efficient the ESI is working, they can pinpoint people who are pulling too much load.
Gotcha.
I have a feeling there's a cost to how much data they're pulling through.
Yeah. Like
Well,
it's
and
bandwidth. It's not a lot, like the cost, but it adds up obviously based on usage and over time.
well, and one thing, this would be a different type of abuse, but I remember there was a concern with the whole ESI thing. Giving permissions for certain aspects that apps would be able to do things with that information that weren't intended by the person giving the token. Has anything like that come up yet? I haven't heard anything yet.
No, I don't think that's really has been an issue yet. I mean, not really. Not that we know of. You're talking about what they were talking about, like writing emails on your behalf. And
Right.
whatnot.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, because like if people are going to make apps that let you send emails like through your phone and stuff like that, well, if they have
Right.
the permission with the token to send emails on your account's behalf,
Well,
I mean,
I
it's just
think
that they're-
CCP first needs to figure out actually how to make their app work before they can start worrying about that. You know what I mean?
right.
If that makes sense.
Well, if you are a bad developer and you're pulling too much server load, Team TechCoa is going to lay down the ban hammer on those developers and remove their authorization to make search commands. So you have 1 week to comply with this new change in regulation, and if you increase your pulls over this week to make up for some chance that you're not going to get all your data pulled by the end of the week, you will get banned preemptively. So keep your head down.
Or up.
Or to the side. I don't know. Do you need your head anywhere to do data stuff? I don't know.
You gotta keep your head up.
There was a lot of talk in the Tweetfleet Slack about that change.
Yeah, do you have any further insight on that, LT? Thanks for joining us, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know what I've missed so far, but basically, people were just scraping obscene amounts of data without really. They were just rerunning search after search. They weren't really rate limiting it at all in terms of how they were pulling the data. They were just searching random strings and searching for structures just to find new citadels that have been placed down, basically. So whenever a citadel would actually finish its anchoring, it would show up in that call, and people were just continuously making requests to find new ones.
So I mean, was it that really that people were making an obscene amount of pulls, or is there maybe a way that they can implement a change to make search parameters more useful?
What I gathered from the talk is that the usefulness of it is, well, the reason it's there is meant for specific searches based on a user request on like the actual user input. So they didn't want to restrict it down. They just want to make it so that people stop using actual non-user generated searches that are just basically throwing shit at the wall and waiting to see if it sticks.
All right, well, stop being a bad boy if you're a developer out there, and hopefully CCP won't go too crazy with those bans. There's a lot of powerful stuff in that ESI. Not that I know how to use it, but...
I mean, I do like the idea of it. It's just, I mean, I don't know anything when it comes to coding, so it's beyond me. But it definitely sounds like it's way more in depth than any of the old Crest and API stuff was. But
oh yeah, you can push data back to the client from third-party apps. I mean, that's huge. All right, before we get into our next thing, LT, you want to introduce yourself? You're a new producer to the show and want to get your voice recognized to our faithful listeners.
Yeah, no, I'm in the same alliance as Meredith, Iron Armada, and I've been interested in podcasts. I've been doing Eve creation for several years, making videos, though I haven't uploaded any videos to my YouTube channel in probably over a year now. So I just like Eve content creation and being a part of it, so thought I'd join the team and see what I could do.
Well, we're very happy to have you.
Meredith, is he going to be a replacement next week when you have a baby?
I mean, that's what everyone's for.
You Canadian?
Not everyone in Iron is Canadian. It's a common
Yeah.
misconception.
I'm Minnesotan. It's close enough.
I'm sorry about that, eh?
All right. Does anyone have a mystery code they want to share with us?
Well, don't share it.
I wish.
Just message me.
I heard that there were a lot of faux mystery codes found at FanFest.
Oh, really?
Who would
There
do
was,
such
like,
a thing?
There was like, so somebody printed
Test?
out. I mean, they look like mystery codes, but on the back it said "help," like something about "I've been abandoned by CCP. Please return me to CCP Falcon." And so I don't like I wasn't sure when I found it. I wasn't sure if like Falcon made this or if somebody else made them as a joke.
Well, it is the epitome of the bingo card question when somebody asks at FanFest or Vegas, "What about the mystery codes?"
Yeah, we should do that. Man, we should do that, Rain. Mystery codes in Vegas.
Should we give out
Open comms mystery
our
codes.
swag?
Yeah, we'll give our swag if we get the mystery code. We'll leave them in like toilets and stuff.
But then it just goes to a GIF of Manic's face.
Yeah.
Well, if you've had one of these secret mystery codes from the collector's edition, it's been lying around the house, tucked in, propping up your chair, you can dust that one off and check your reward system, because there are a set of skins and 2 combat suits available for you for the Concord line of ships, the Pacifier, Enforcer, Monitor, and Marshal, for you to cash in, and they're called the Black Troop. They're pretty sweet looking, like a black and white, pretty nice.
Honestly, the combat suit is pretty nice.
Yeah, there's some cool combat suits right now between the this one and the Abyssal one.
There's an abyssal combat suit.
Oh yeah, it's like a full
Yeah.
face covering, like
Oh, the Triglavian, the one with the mask. Okay.
it looks pretty
So
sweet.
just to be clear, is this the if you had the second Decades Collector's Edition?
Yeah,
Or
the mystery code only came with if you bought the second Decade Collector's Edition.
cool. I see. If you got that, you could also got a Dust pre-purchase bonus, man.
Oh boy.
I wonder if that
That's still good.
converts into a Nova pre-purchase plan.
Right.
We don't have notes on that, but anyways, another set of skins you can pick up this week in response to the oh-so-fun drama of last week, covering the Star Citizen copying of the Venture model into their own ship model.
Now, is that just your spin on it, or was there something that came out, or was it like a secret squirrel type of information? Is that really why? They can't spit out skins that quick, can they?
Oh, there's no new skins here. It's just a nice package. So instead of the $120 that you have to drop for the Star Citizen Venture, for just 120 Plex, you can pick up 3 skins for your Venture.
The value.
Oh,
So like
The best
all,
would be if they made the Venture skin actually look like the Vulture, like skin
it
like the
already
Vulture.
does. They don't need to
Well,
change
no,
anything.
but I mean, there's a little bit of differences.
I know, but
the
it's
like
Venture's a
rounded.
little.
It's
the Venture's
yellow.
like your 1985 Ford Tempo, and then the Vulture's kind of like like a Camry or something. But it's if they skinned it like the whole, and it's like they can't. The Star Citizen couldn't get mad because CCP like, oh really, you're gonna
Yeah.
bring this up?
Mm-hmm.
you mad, bro?
Oh man. Honestly, one of my favorite PR moves by CCP in a while.
Yeah, I think they handled it really well.
I mean, they dropped some very nice info facts. I mean, for $120, you can pick up what is this? 36,500 ventures at current market price in JITA if you converted it to Plex, or 6 months of game time. So 1 Star Citizen venture or 37,000.
It's still kind of tweaked in Eve's favor because I don't think you can actually fly the Vulture right now.
Well, I mean, the game's not out. Star Citizen isn't.
Yeah, I mean, like you'll have the Vulture in theory.
Hey. You can play a very, very buggy pre-alpha right now
You can look at it in the hangar.
for the low cost of $1,200.
Reload's
I don't-
video on that was the best. Like
Dude,
I was cracking up
slayed
watching
it.
that.
He slayed it.
Yeah.
The best was when he's like, $145. That's like 600 Canadian.
The conversion rate's so bad. Yeah, brilliant PR move. Super glad they did that.
Yeah, but you know what is not a good move is when your chat system is still not working. So today, there was a little issue. It was about 4 or 5 hours ago now. People started noticing some chat issues in local, not just local, but in their corp chat, alliance chat, even fleet chats were having issues. So basically, there's really nothing that people want to do. So people were logging out and not wanting to play Eve. So CCP put out a Twitter post about 4 hours ago. Said we are investigating issues with chat servers and we'll keep you posted on the progress and apologies for any inconvenience. Within an hour after that, they said the issues experienced tonight should be mostly over for now. We'll keep monitoring for any further signs of trouble.
The other thing was that okay, you got to write down after this. The Eve status Twitter page was deleted. It wasn't a conspiracy. What it actually was I guess Twitter disabled that account because the account didn't meet the age requirements on Twitter. Like their Twitter account, they weren't old enough to be tweeting or something, and so they disabled the entire
They're like
Twitter
12
account.
years old.
Yeah.
Like, clearly,
What did they set the age of it as Eve Online's age?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe.
But yeah,
That's fucking funny. He was
'cause-
only 15.
yeah,
He
you're
can't
only-
be posted on Twitter.
yeah, you're only 15. You can't be posting this. Oh, that was hilarious. They I'm assuming they fixed that and went and edited the age by now, but
nope, still down.
well, that
But
means
yeah,
they gotta
so-
wait like another 3
Yeah.
years till they're legal.
At least.
Oh
But
my
I mean,
god, you guys, I can't wait
has
till
anybody-
EVE Online is legal.
Please.
has anybody experienced some of the chat issues? Are they primarily fixed by now?
I don't know. I just got home from work an hour ago, so I haven't even logged in today.
I was gonna say, I was
I don't know.
streaming like 3 hours ago, and I think it was all fine by then.
I was moving my super and nobody tackled me, so I guess there's no problem here.
I didn't know you were
What system you?
there.
It's between the corners of you are not going to find out.
Those just fighting words.
Maybe you could declare war on him.
You could declare.
I'll
war
give
on
you
them.
I'll give you a character to search the location of. The primary target.
Do you think you could figure out how to fight him better if you had a war deck on him? Because if you were not familiar, we are actually sponsored by the War Deck Project, and that's something that is an open Discord. It's a discussion for like-minded players, and even some developers are getting into this action to figure out how they can make the War Deck system a little more easier to manage, a little more fun, and not so nasty. So if you want to learn a little bit more about the War Deck Project, we are linking that in the chat for you right now. Somebody's linking it. I can't.
I have a suggestion for the War Deck project. Let's just remove Concord from the game. Free for all.
Ooh.
That was apparently part of the problem today with local not working, that Concord was not replying to what they should be doing in HiSec.
Oh, so it's just HiSec is now nullsec for the next 24 hours.
Anarchy.
HiSec is having a purge.
I think so. I think that's what it turned into.
I don't know what it means, but I love it.
I would not want to have your jump freighter out there today. Really, any day. Cheetah scary.
Yeah, you wouldn't see the spike in local for all the freaking catalyst coming in to kill you.
Hmm. So, Meredith, you have these notes in here, and I did a little bit of researching myself, and you said that in the next topic here, Jintan, who we all know, who's a CSN member, extraordinarily young little gentleman, very petite, very nice guy. He's starting a new group, as you say it. Some might also call it a coalition called the Seventh Estate. So, please tell me more.
Well, this piece of information and the following piece of information come from the New Eden Report. Good place to pick up some news if you're looking for some breaking news on EVE Online. They do the Reddit famous 1900 report. If you could check it out there on the New Eden Report. So yeah, they were reporting that Jintan is working on taking some Sob down in Immensea, working alongside Legacy there with a new small group. Not sure how well that's going, but there's a couple systems that were under Entosis War.
I'm gonna say probably anything that Jintan is gonna be successful. I mean, he puts more work into the game than most players care to admit wanting to do, but he does it and he's proud of it. He does a lot of hard work. I like that guy.
I'm glad he's in a place now where he can be the figurehead.
Yeah, he's free now. Like, he's free to do what he wants to do. Hashtag free Jintan. That movement worked. If it was a movement.
I mean, was that PLNC.'s goal the whole time? Was to free Jintan?
That's a noble goal.
I still can't support them.
And then also down in the south, XIX has now begun an attack on Terra Finis after an announcement in their soda on the 21st of June. Their Entosis War is over the constellation of CL-TAC QB2. Their allies in Test are also supporting them on this operation. There was a bit of a back and forth there, and they're fighting versus a group of Eastern allies. Most notably in the systems under contention were a Blades of Glass and Chaos Unlimited. Creeping a little bit further to the north, Solar was reportedly backstabbing the Prothean Alliance. So Solar Fleet has moved into the region, and there's been an ongoing war between Prothean Alliance and Unspoken Alliance, which have slightly different time zones, but they've been brawling it out. And Solar Fleet has moved in, and it seems like they were going to come to help the Protheans, their old coalition mates, but have decided to flip and join Unspoken in trying to push out the Prothean Alliance, who owns a decent amount of Sob in that region.
That's funny. I didn't know the Judge was in Solar Fleet. Ooh.
Damn.
Too soon? Too soon?
It's never too soon.
In the northwest, in the Black Rise, we have Galmil and Calmil battling it out over OCIX and a couple of systems in that area. It's reported that 65 billion was killed over the last week of conflict, including 2,422 ships.
Jeez.
Yeah. Does Astaroth, is he still doing that cross-faction podcast?
You know how Ashrathi podcasts.
I know. He goes from here to there. Every week he's got something new. We need to get some more faction warfare content. I still have yet to do faction warfare.
Well, there's Yar's Revenge. He also has a low-sec faction warfare kind of a group.
True.
And we'll talk about low-sec if people want to talk about it.
It's true, we will, but I mean, we're still trying to figure out if wormhole space is real. Now you want to throw in low-sec?
I think low-sec's real. Wormhole's not real.
Yeah,
It's one of those points in between, right?
Yeah, it's between high-sec and null. Yeah.
Okay.
So weird. I don't know. Low-sec is I've never been comfortable there. There's only been a few times I've actually been in low-sec, but every time it's usually just like whether an alliance I'm in is either moving, and actually that's pretty much the only time. I've been there a few times. It's like it's a weird place. Obviously, if you're doing faction warfare, like if it's where you live, it's normal. But man, when you spend years in nullsec and then just plant yourself in lowsec, it's awkward because you're not used to seeing a bunch of neutrals in there that just have safe haven. Obviously, there are no bubbles, no bombs, but the gate guns wreck me every time because I never remember the gate guns, even when reminded about gate guns. There's been several times where I've tried to like tackle people on gates and then end up dying, and half the time I don't even know what's happening. I'm like, how the hell?
Just fly the 80k HP harpy. It's fun.
Yeah, I would almost rather be in wormhole space than lowsec, even though wormholes scare me as well. But at least I'm a little bit. I mean, how wormholes work, aside from there just being no local, is a lot more similar to nullsec than lowsec is.
I like lowsec. It's always, I feel like it's 1,000 times easier to get like, I want to say like one-on-one PvP, where like both people want to PvP instead of just like shooting AFK ratters or whatever. I really like it.
You're a hunter and a killer, Rain.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to do.
You are probably one of the most well-known girl streamers, the girl Twitch streamers.
I mean, yeah, but like I had to start somewhere, right? Like as a nobody who had no idea what I was doing, and I guess I want to say I taught myself, but it was really just streaming actually helped teach me how to PvP, as well as like learning techniques of like descanning, warping, brawling people out, knowing who would actually bring a fair fight versus who wouldn't. And like, I mean, streaming has really helped me actually get a fair fight because people know me as a streamer, and when you're streaming, I don't have any OPSEC, so it makes it extremely easy for people to say, okay, she's not in a fleet, like no one else is around, like she doesn't have blues and local, so I can fight her and like have it be okay. And that actually is like one of my favorite things, especially because if you take the opposite of that, so obviously not everyone just solos in lowsec, right? Like you get small gangs, people in small ships, big ships, etc. So it's like a lot of times when like a big group comes around with a bigger fleet, and then you're like, oh my gosh, like I'm all by myself, I can't fight them. But if I team up with these two other solo PvPers, then maybe we can take 3 guys versus 5 guys, and we can all work together because we know what we're doing. And like that actually is like a really odd way of like seeing the different sides of EVE, of like trusting strangers and just having a blast.
Do you ever feel like the boys are against the girls, like they're just versus the girls sometimes?
No, but I have a feeling that's going to happen on July 21st, this boys versus girls match.
I've heard this rumor.
I thought it was the 14th.
No, July 21st.
Oh man. At least
Yeah,
show up early than late, I guess.
Yeah, so there's going to be a thing called the Boys versus Girls Twitch stream, and Rain, you're going to be on it, and I think some of us are also going to be on it as well on the boys' side.
So Manik's the captain of the boys team. I'm the captain of the girls team. So anyone's welcome to join. We obviously accept trans people. We don't discriminate in that way. So feel free to reach out to Manik or myself in game, on Twitch, on Twitter, and let us know if you would like to join.
You gotta throw out the team names.
It is. It's the men are.
Yeah. Say the boy's name first.
The men are 9-inch males. The females are waifus with naifus.
Those are awesome names.
So there is a Discord channel for this. If you want to join that, I'm sure you can message one of these people, and they can give you some information on how to join that Discord. And there's a lot of talking about so your ship builds, what we're going to use. What are the rules? It's going to be a set of 3 matches, right?
3 matches, all Tech 1 ships. So we're not going to have any Tech 2 ships. And I think I mean, Manik and Rain, you probably know better, but we're going to kind of do like there might be between the matches, like we might have like a frigates versus frigates one, and then like a cruisers versus cruiser. Like, so I think it's going to be the same size of ships in each match. Yeah,
each match is going to be same ship hull sizes. So I think first match will be frigates, next will be destroyers, and then cruisers. And I think we might, like time and energy permitting, we might do a 4th round where we just, go straight up to battleship and just fit whatever you want.
Well, then we'll
we do caps.
I was gonna say if we have 4 rounds and it ends up being a tie, we're gonna have to have a tiebreaker cap fight.
For sure.
Hot dreads at 0.
Titans
But
only.
I think the men, regardless of ship hull size, we're only going to be flying thoraxes.
Yes.
Only. So if someone wants to get involved with the Boys vs Girls Twitch stream, how do they get in contact with somebody? What's the best way to go about it?
So you can contact myself or Manic in games. So Rain Chocolate. I can X up on my Twitch channel. It's the same spelling. Manic is also the same with Manic Velocity. Obviously, spaces for first and last name. But then we also have Twitters under the same alias. My Twitter is actually Chocolate Rain, so it's the same reversed, I guess. And then Manic's is also just Manic Velocity. So yeah, I mean, otherwise people can just reach out, whisper me on Twitch, or whisper Manic on Twitch. Like, it's usually a really easy way to get in. Also, Manic, there are almost 90 girls in the girls Discord. Just so
Hey,
you know.
way
listen,
outnumbered.
Oh, man.
it's not the size of the team; it's how you use it.
Are we allowed to bring alts then if we're outnumbered that much?
No, I think what we're gonna do to make it fair is just like have people sit out or rotate in and whatnot.
Or
I-
we could
I don't-
just get
I
people
don't
to
think.
man
Sorry,
up
go
and get
ahead,
on the
go ahead.
guys team. Oh, sorry. I was just saying. Also, real quick, someone was asking if they allow Imperial. We're not. Doesn't matter what alliance or anything that you fly with. I mean, the guys team. We got people from Imperium, PL,
Oh,
NC
yeah.
Dot, High Sec, Low. We got people from everywhere. So
Basically, if you identify as either gender, reach out to Rain or me, and we'll get you on your respective chosen team.
So no attack helicopters. I see how it is.
I just want to be on Manic's team because he's so dreamy.
Well, you know.
his voice is like buttery sex.
Ew.
Rain, I have to ask, do you ever regret choosing a name that is from a meme that is so ancient that it's probably classified in some paleontology textbooks?
No, I'm perfectly content with it. Do you ever
Okay.
regret picking a name that identifies you as a dwarf?
Oh, ooh, ooh.
But so besides getting involved in actually joining one of the teams, so you said it was the 24th of July?
21st. It will be streamed on. We don't have a time yet. I think it's going to be. We're going to try to aim for best for EU and NA. Sorry, Australia. But it's going to be on CCP's channel, and I think what we're actually aiming to do is make it more like because the Alliance tournament's coming up in the next couple of months, so we're going to try and make it more tournament style. So that way, it's like instead of just watching a bunch of like streamers, stream a big fight and it's just a bunch of screaming, then it's like you can actually watch like commentary and like a neat camera and whatnot.
Cool.
And the other thing I was going to ask about this is so the streamers how many we're going to have like what different people doing camera angles and they're going to be switching shots and stuff just
Yeah.
spectating for the okay.
Something along those lines is what I'm guessing.
That sounds neat too.
I probably will be recording the audio from the guy's side, and I'll probably post that up somewhere so that if you want the comms audio, you can definitely get that.
That sounds great.
Girls should definitely do the same.
I would love to come. I'd probably not be sleeping at that point, so
I'll be there. I'm signed up. I'm ready for it.
We got Brisk Grubal. Like we can't lose.
Yeah, I know, right? He's an automatic winner. All right, so great. Besides that, we also have three of you here because there's some other things we want to talk about. Some things that I know next a little about. I don't know how much Merida knows about, but Black Legion. There's quite some history involved with your guys' alliance, and we want to get down to it and figure out where has Black Legion been and why the sudden return and how it's going with that.
Well, the funny thing with this is that none of us three were in Black Legion in any of the former versions. We're all like recent indoctrines or inductees.
Okay, to be fair, I did fly in one Black Legion fleet when in like 2015. I had no idea what I was doing, so I brought a scimitar when they were using, or no, I brought a scythe when they were using Onerosis. And I was in the Logi channel, I'm like, guys, I don't know what I'm doing. And they're like, you're in the completely wrong ship, Rain, but you'll be fine. And it was so nice.
I did fly with Black Legion in their first iteration way back when I was in Persona non Gratis. We were one of Solar Fleet's buffer alliances back when, the Dot Bros Alliance, NC Dot, Evoke, Ewoks, and all them were up in the north, kind of with goons up there. And then you had Solar that owned pretty much all the east. And when we went to war, like when Gypsy Band turned and we were going to war with all the people in the south, we hired Black Legion to come run our fleets for us because we were all a bunch of idiots and didn't know what we were doing. And so we had Elo and all the Black Legion guys running our Whelp Cane fleets and stuff like that. So I have flown with Elo in the past, but never been in the Alliance.
So Origin seems to be around a steady kind of mainstay. It's the head corporation of Black Legion, correct?
Yeah, and I think it's pretty much like the only there's a few other corporations that are for specific types of alts. Like
I thought you were going to
Sinowalls
say it's the only corp that matters.
Well, it is the only corp that matters because, if you're in Black Legion, your main is in Origin. Like, they don't have it's not like a conglomeration of a bunch of other corporations making up an alliance. Black Legion is Origin, and all the other corps in the alliance are just alt corps for specific reasons.
No, okay, that's a bit unfair. So we have been growing. So we do have the Crumb Dumpster, Avdot, Dirt and Glitter. I believe Predator Elite is back, and he brought in a corp. So there are some, but they're very.
Well, then I take it back. I'm totally lying.
But yeah, so Avdot's our Chinese corp. We have a Wormhole corp. We have different groups that kind of do other things, but usually it's Crumb Dumpster, Dirt and Glitter, Origin are the three main, I would say, and then is it Snuff Box?
Did you say
Snuffed out?
Did you say Crumb Dumpster?
Crumb Dumpster, bread. Bread is the thing.
Yeah.
That makes me so sad because that was actually one of my nicknames in high school.
Wait, hold on. There's a story here.
You
need to sell it.
Well, I mean, I don't want to give away, too much.
No. You brought it up. You brought it up.
But my last name not only rhymes with Crumb, but it is. So just imagine the fun you can have with that word when you're in junior high and high school, and you're like, oh, Crumb. That sounds like.
It sounds like what?
Cum.
Sounds like what?
Cum, Manic.
Oh, I was thinking something else.
Drums?
No, I don't want to say. It's dirty.
Dirtier than that.
Bum.
I have a question. For how many more periods do you guys need to add to the end of the name Black Legion before it enters menopause?
9,000.
Oh!
We had a period for every time.
9,001.
We had a period every time we lose a Titan. So far we're up to 3. Hopefully it doesn't increase. We're gonna remake the Alliance, which means we can't be in the Alliance tournament.
Is that really the explanation? I love that.
Just made it up. I don't know.
No, that's what it should be.
No, there is a Black Legion dot. There is a Black Legion dot, which was only around for from April 14th, 2017 to June 16th, 2017. Then it closed. Now you're on to Black Legion dot, which was founded in April 20.
They could have 4 if they include White Legion as one of the dots.
Yes, White Legion was around for from March 9th to effectively August 2016 for just a couple months. It seems like Elo blooms in the spring.
Yeah. But yeah, he's it's been kind of funny with the recruitment thing that's been that he's been going on. He because obviously you got a lot of the Origin guys are just still back. Anytime Elo comes back into the game, I don't know, have they been around even when Elo left? Were they still just kind of hanging around doing stuff, or did Origin go into dormancy? Because I wasn't even sure at that point. But now that he's been back, it's been a big recruitment thing. It's almost kind of funny. And I could never tell if they were joking or not. But right when I joined the Alliance, they were just anyone and everyone is welcome. I think the only stipulations were, can you fly a Munin? Can you fly a Scimitar? That's all they really care about. And then one of the other questions that Amras put on there was, are you from Nebraska? And I assumed that was probably a bad thing if you were from Nebraska. I don't know why.
I think that's an old joke. I don't really remember.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's an inside joke. I didn't get it. I said I was from Idaho, and he's like, that's basically Nebraska, denied. But then Elo made him let me in.
The fun part is because we're streamers and kind of well known, you can just vouch. If someone gets a vouch, they're almost automatically accepted. So I've just been vouching for random people just to come in. It's so nice.
I think that's the
Yeah,
only
when,
way I got in.
Top
Yeah,
notch
he's been
security there.
sniping on a lot of. That's the other thing. He's been sniping on a lot of the streamers. Like, he got Rain to join one drunken night on Open Comms. He got her to leave her. Now, Rain, did you make White Knight Social Club? Was that your corp?
Yep, that's my corp. So I still own CEO on my alt.
Okay. Did you? So you just abandon all your corp members? Like, peace out, guys. I'm going to Black Legion.
Oh, it's mostly other people's alts and stuff too.
Okay.
I asked Philo if I could bring it in. He's like, no, PL has too many alts in there.
But so there's that, and then after that, then I think it was like 2 weeks later, another Open Comms night. Then I came in. I just dropped MPX and went to Black Legion on a whim. And then FanFest happened, and after FanFest, I see that Manic Velocity is in there, Bjorn B's in there. Now we have Lazarus Tellraven, Doom Buddy. So it's like they're just going around getting all the people that do streaming and stuff.
Well, that's how you grow the alliance quickly. Stream is just public opinion.
But also some of the funny things is anytime they see someone, like if we're on a fleet, we see someone that we're fighting do something really dumb. Like what was that one guy? We were on a fleet and we were like just sitting in an asteroid belt, hanging out while we, I think they were like recalibrating what they were doing with the fleet. And all of a sudden, this random freighter warps in on top of our fleet, and we're like, "This is bait. This is a trap." But we shot it in, we just blew it up and killed it. And the guy warped off, and it's like, "Oh, did he just fuck up?" And so then someone was like, "All right, someone send him an invite. We need someone like that in our alliance." So, like, it's been a thing. Every time we see someone do something really, really stupid, they just try to get them into the alliance for some reason.
Is this just like a pure lols thing? Like you just need more funny characters?
I mean, I'm down with it. It's like, yeah, why not? It's fun. That's the other thing that I've noticed since I've been in Black Legion. There's no like overarching goal with the alliance. I don't feel. I think it's just
yeah. Oh
it's
my god,
literally
I'm
just
loving
we're
it.
gonna fly spaceships and have fun. And if we do dumb stuff and fuck up, whatever, that's fine.
Yeah, I think, what was it? Yesterday we lost like a shit ton of dreads. But like, I mean, I was like kind of like listening in half of that because I was going to bed, but then also like just reading Discord in the morning, everyone was like, "Wow, fun fight. That was amazing. SRP everyone." And so it was like, it doesn't matter if you go in and whelp as long as you have fun or you can get a brawl, then it's worth it.
How's it been going since Pred entered the alliance?
Good. Pred baited a bunch of capitals for us yesterday, and we never managed to like snag any of them.
That sounds about right. I was in Did He Say Jump led by Pred for 2.5 years, something like that.
Nice. I think his corp is now in Black Legion if you want to join again.
Nope.
Well, you guys have 560 members as of Saturday, with 216 of them active in PvP, which is a pretty impressive ratio.
Yeah, it's nice because there's fleets pretty much every single night. That's the
Yeah, I've
usually
done
right
more
around the 5 to
fighting.
6 o'clock. Well,
Yeah.
Pacific time. It's fleet goes up almost on the dot every night, and half the time it's Elo running it, half the time it's we got some other ones. Doom's run some. There's another guy. God, I can't think of his name now, but he's been running quite a bit of fleets. And it's funny because he usually gets the cap kill fleets. Elo's always like, "Oh, Yoo-hoo fleet." That's what they call like super tackles and stuff. And Elo never gets the Yoo-hoo kills, but then all the other FCs do. So.
Elo goes AFK, we catch a bunch of Roracles. Elo comes back, we can't catch any Roracles.
Yeah, so it's really easy to, and there's no like forcible like, oh, you have. It's not like the pap link stuff and I know Imperium isn't super strict on it. It's not like, oh, if you don't get this many paps, you're out of here. Some corps run their stuff like that, but not many. But it's just kind of like fleets are up on a daily basis. You want to join the fleet, get in there. And I mean, it's definitely broadcast constantly. I mean, Discord just all caps like max dudes, log in, max dude. Like you just get that. It's like, okay, there must be a fleet happening. Sometimes tower shows, but
me, Harry in chat has asked for shots, and since I can't do any shots, does somebody want to do that for me?
Sure, I'll do a shot for you, Harry.
Oh, wow. Gotta love Harry.
Now, this current rendition of Black Legion reformed immediately following an announcement to changes to the Munin, which resulted in it becoming more relevant again in the meta. How is the Munin so core to Black Legion's identity, and what is it about it that just makes Elo moist?
I think it's just it's something they used a lot in the past, and so I think it's just a bias, kind of maybe a nostalgia thing. Like I said, I haven't been in Black Legion that long, so I don't know all the stuff from back in the day, but I think it's just one of his favorite ships just based on principle. And now that it's good again, I mean, that's not the only thing we fly. We fly Navy Ospreys, and I mean, I don't know if this is this OPSEC rank. Can we just? I think we're going to be flying some battleships, like one of the faction battleships now.
Yeah. I mean, so this is I don't know how public this is, but Manic can vouch for this. So, because we were both at FanFest and Elo went to FanFest, and I think it was like Friday during one of like the big parties, like Elo just like takes off his shirt for some reason. I don't know. He was just dancing and he took off his shirt, but he had this massive sort of raven tattoo on his back, and then like a #Munin tramp stamp. And I don't know why, but I think
really.
I do not remember this.
Yeah, Manic,
at
you
all.
don't remember that?
No.
Manic, like, oh my, I swear, weren't you like standing next to me like when this was going down? I'm like, Manic, what the fuck? Like, do you see this happening right now?
Was this at the bar under CCP?
Yeah.
I don't remember this. Oh my god.
Oh man, that's.
I don't remember him
I
taking
never
his shirt
would've
off.
guessed.
That
I could
is
just
out of
imagine the
control.
tattoo artist like, you want what put where?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no, like, okay, maybe I don't know, Manic. Maybe you're too drunk. But yeah, so like, but I think that's like how dedicated he was to the Munin, which I think is in like Norse mythology. So maybe there's like some play on that and the fact that he's from Canada or something.
Well, Norse mythology, that's not Canada, right? That's
But they're both snow. But you know, like they're both snow and stuff.
Other side of the world.
They're both snowy.
Denmark.
You know, the Vikings, they have a long history in Canada.
Yeah.
No, that's not in that. No, they meant like they're both in snow and stuff. Man, I still can't believe you don't remember.
I can
this.
just imagine like, hey buds, you want to go on
Wait.
some raiding, eh?
Sorry, we just came
sorry,
down
sorry,
here.
Meredith. I'm not making fun of Canadians. I just.
No, I like
North
that
and Canada,
Rain
players.
thinks that Iceland and Canada are the same country because they both have snow.
Makes
No,
sense.
like the snow, like oh my god, you're all killing me.
Well,
That's like hockey or something.
the first Western explorer of Canada was someone from the Scandinavian countries.
Yeah. See, guys. His
I
aim-
forget what was that. There's that town village thing that they found ruins to, or like way up in the north. Like I don't know, was it Nova Scotia area or something?
Newfoundland, yeah.
Or Newfoundland, yeah. Is it Newfoundland? I've always called it Newfoundland.
It's Newfoundland, but if you slow it down, it's Newfoundland.
Yeah, I know that's how it's spelled. I was like, I didn't want to say it. Some
Don't
people
you tell me how to say words.
some people get super upset if you pronounce where they live wrong.
It's Canada.
What'd you say, buddy?
You know, I totally forgot I had Elo Knight on my Steam friends list, and I'm currently watching him lose a game of Dota.
Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic. I'm so busy, I can't join, guys.
Shame.
So did he play hooky on this podcast to go play Dota? This is what I'm looking at right now.
I think he did.
What an asshole.
Isn't that his shtick, though?
The show is over.
No, I've heard rumor that actually it was a Reddit post earlier today. I think it was today or maybe the other day. It was about we have some of the nicest FCs in all the game, and it was I think it was a clip of him just reading out. I think
Yeah,
it
what
might
was
have
that
been-
Reddit
I haven't watched it yet.
Are you talking about
You have a link?
Elise?
It's
I know Elise is like, I've never seen Elise upset. He's always like the most chill guy ever. But there is a SoundCloud out there where he was, although it wasn't, it's not like a Grath rage. It's like, but as far as Elo's concerned, I've never seen Elo like actually get upset and start swearing at people. Or not Elo, sorry, not Elo, Elise Randolph. I was saying Elo, I think, half that time.
Okay.
Elo tells people he says stuff all the time. He's not a
Elo
rager, but
He doesn't.
Love the how to
he's
the how to lose 30 supers video with the guy, the Archon pilot that asks if he can warp out. and
Oh,
just
was that
be
it?
where. Yeah, did you ever watch that? It's like how to mega dunk 8.
How to kill 8 dreads.
or how to lose 30 supers.
I don't think
And
I've ever seen that.
So
it's a truly great video.
It's so like Elo something fucked up, but it's pretty much just Elo sitting there knowing him and his whole fleet's gonna die, and he's like super calm. That was like one of the first videos I saw of him, of one of the pizza guys who's like, oh yeah, I respect him as an FC.
Yeah, basically, yeah, they got baited on an Erebus, and then all 30 supers in grid, and PL just drops twice as many supers. And literally, somebody's calling out the number of supers on grid, and his response was, "Yeah, they have a few more than us." It's like, yeah, they have twice as many as you.
Yeah, that's one of the things I like about Elo is he's not afraid to just like, I guess like I hate saying it, but like just YOLO warp in on people and just start fighting when he knows he's gonna lose. I mean, there's been a time it was a fully functional Fortizar, or was it a Keepstar? I think it was a Fortizar, and we just warped in on it with like a 50-man fleet. We had like 30 mutants and 5 Logi and then some random other stuff, and we just warped in on it and just got annihilated. But we're like, whatever, just reship, come back, we'll fight them off the Fortizar this time.
Yeah. I love how he hazed the Archon pilot in that video, the 30 supers, because they're super just dying next to each other, and an Archon pilot just says, if I'm outside of a bubble and getting primary, can I jump out? And he says, no, you can warp out, you can come back, and I'm being primary. It's like, okay, fine, just know that you're a faggot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff Rader's Jeff Rader's another one that's I think it's impossible to not like Jeff Rader.
I
Like,
don't.
if you're what? Well, then
I'm
you're
kidding.
not,
I'm kidding.
about
I
to
love
say,
Jeff.
if
No,
your
I'm
DNA is-
seriously. I love Jeff Rader.
If you have human DNA, you're genetically disposed to just like Jeff Rader. No offense or buts.
He's just too self-deprecating to not like him.
I don't know. He's just
So-
like the dude. He's the dude.
So is Black Legion now? Is this going to be the new retirement home for crusty old veterans of EVE Online?
What was that? The retirement club or whatever. They had the ticker was 401k. You guys don't remember that?
No.
That was up in the it was I guess it was like Bob version 7.0 or something, because it was you had God, what's his name? The Bob guy.
Oh yeah, him.
He was like the guy from Tinfoil, and I forget his name.
We
But
should
he
all
was
know
in
that.
there along with it was some of the core guys from back when Bob was around, and they did Bob, they did IT Alliance, they did some other, weren't they like Inner Alcohol Conglomerate, or that was a different group, but I wasn't playing back then. But they kind of moved all around and stuff, but they eventually went to, and it was Retirement Club was the Alliance, and their ticker was 401k, which I thought was great and pretty witty. But they were hanging around back when the Goons lived up in up in the north. Still, they were hanging around up there somewhere. I don't think they weren't in. I don't know where they were living.
Was
but
it
they were around.
Gentleman's Club?
No, not Gentleman's Club. They were in. It was a CFC back then, but I think they were in CFC, weren't they?
Yeah, there was.
Or no. I might be thinking not Gentleman's Club. I might be thinking a different one. I'm thinking of the group that merged with some other group to become Bastion, I think. But no, it was definitely Retirement something. I don't know if it was Retirement Club, but it was.
That sounds familiar to me. I think
it was Retirement Club.
Shendo thinks it's DJ's retirement fund.
No, not DJ's Retirement Fund.
No, it was just like
it's an old dead alliance. It's been dead for a long time, but I can't remember.
Yeah,
if
they
were hanging
didn't.
out.
They didn't invest well enough.
Yeah, they weren't in Pure Blind, because that's where MOA and one of the other groups were hanging out there when we lived up north. But I don't think they were in Black Legion's area. They might have been, but they were up there somewhere. Maybe they were.
Oh, okay. Yacht Club Snobs.
No, that's definitely not it.
That's what it's called. That's the Alliance ticker, 401k.
What?
Yeah.
They're some variation.
They
on
must.
it, I'm sure.
The name. They can't change the name. I don't know. I'm confused, but I'm pretty sure it was Retirement something. But maybe I was smoking crack.
It sounds familiar to me. I'm pretty sure I remember which one you're talking about.
It was a long time. It was years ago. It was like probably a good 3 years ago.
2012, 2013.
No, it was like 2013, 2014, like late 13, early 14-ish when I remember fighting against them a bit. Yeah, okay, yeah, Pittsburgh. Yeah, retirement club. Ticker some form of 401. Maybe it was 401k and then a dot or something. I have no clue, but
I think I remember fighting them when I was in Dark Disorderly.
So, but back to the question though, is that what White
Gentleman's
Legion
agreement,
is,
that's the
or
one I
Black
was thinking
Legion
of.
is? Is that what Black Legion is now becoming?
don't see
I don't think
how.
so, because I don't think anyone's retired. Because Black Legion is like pretty active right now. We don't have a ton of people. We can't put up like Imperium fleet sizes, but it's actually a really active. I mean,
Well, maybe not retirement club is the right word for it, but the AARP level.
it's definitely a spot where
The resort.
some older names are all congregating, I guess.
Well, so I mean, what are you guys doing? Like, what is Black Legion's thing right now?
We're just living in K3J now, up in Vino, and it's just fleets for fun on a daily basis, and then in the off time, I mean, people are running. I guess there's Garista missions that are really profitable, so people are doing that. I remember like when we moved back up, because we were in Serenade for a while, and when we moved back up into K3J, there's a bunch of people like, oh, I'm home, but like they had all their stuff sitting in the station still, and they're just like they're all set and ready to go right back to doing their Garista ratting or the mission running, and something about like crystals or what was the loot that they were getting from those, something specific. I've never seen it before, because I've always just ratted up in like when I lived up in Declan and stuff, or not Declan, but yeah, it was
Tribute.
Declan. Well, Tribute when I went to CO2, it was actually the very lower end of Declan when I was in TNT, and I would just just rat against the Gristas. I wouldn't actually do the Gristas missions, but there's apparently some kind of loot form that they can do something with and sell it and make a bunch of money.
Chainsaw Plankton's saying Gilas, crystals, and worms.
I think crystals is what they're farming with that. I don't think there's too much just generic ratting, because there's just too many hostiles around the region. It's you can't necessarily bring a super out and go ratting in a site without expecting to get ganked on. So
Hey, content.
So home is Vino for BL?
yeah, that's the home is just K through J. I don't think that's too opposite. People know where we are.
Nah.
And you're, as a group, you're taking Merc contracts?
Yeah, if people have them.
I would assume so, because that was a thing with the whole Guardians of the Galaxy war against the Imperium a little bit ago. Supposedly, Black Legion got hired to help Guardians of the Galaxy. I know that we were going and we did Blue Guardians of the Galaxy, and we were going on fleets there. I don't know if there's any money contract. I would assume so, because we did that for a while, and then all of a sudden it's like, all right, guys, we reset GOTG. It's like, okay, contract is up. So, but I mean, I'm not in the backroom channels for that information, so I can only speculate with the rest of the players in the game, even though I'm like in the alliance.
But the group is overall pretty independent. You guys aren't blue to PL or NC or anything like that.
I don't know if we're blue to anyone right now, and if we are, it's probably I think there might be a snuffed out.
No, I've only seen some Chinese alliances or Russian alliances, but I think those are people we're actively helping.
Yeah,
it's very rare though.
Yeah, so aside from like a couple here and there, outside of contracts, I think we're pretty independent and just kind of do our own thing. We fight against Pandemic Horde quite a bit, which is actually great, because those guys put up fight. I mean, like when we bring in fleets, they bring out fleets, and it's really like there's hardly ever any blue balling. We usually always fight each other, and it's usually not like a massive stomp fest most of the time. Most of the time we kind of come at each other with, where it's like fairly even match. So it actually ends up, a lot of the fleets I go on, it's like, holy crap, this is the kind of fleet warfare that I like. Because, back when I was in INN or in the Imperium, it was a lot of like, all right, let's go on a fleet. 500 dudes join the fleet. I mean, 200 or whatever. And you just go roaming. You don't find anything, because no one's going to fight that. You might catch a couple people that are like unknowing that you're there and just run into you. But it's really rare that you actually come across a big, nice fight. And then, if capitals are called, the only time they usually bring the capitals is when it's like overwhelming force of capitals. And so therefore you also don't get fights very well. So aside from just smaller little roams, there wasn't a whole lot of content I was enjoying in Imperium. So, but since I've been in Black Legion, it's like, shit, get home from work early enough. If there's a fleet going on, you jump on it, and there's always a fight.
Yeah, I think that's also part of the region too. Because I mean, when I was in GOTG up in that region, yeah, same thing with Horde. They were always there, always willing to fight, and it was always a good time.
Yeah, we would usually have the Munins. A lot of times they'll bring, for a while they were bringing a lot of stabber fleets, which, Munins will crush stabbers. But the thing is, we'd bring a fleet of like 40 dudes and they would bring like 90. So it's like, okay, we're definitely outnumbered, but Munins versus stabbers, it actually isn't too bad of a fight. So.
Yeah, I had a similar experience when I left Imperium and joined Iron. We got those small fights. You had to like fight for your life. The numbers were more doable, and you felt like you had an important role in the fleet. I mean, Iron's a lot more serious about holding our space and being big boys, but
Yeah, well, I mean, the benefit with us living up in Venal is there isn't any space that we really have to hold because it's all NPCs. So there isn't any way that we could really get kicked out. I mean, if someone does kill our Fortizar, it's like, I mean, there's still the neutral station. We could just go base up in there instead. So we're never at risk of actually like losing our home necessarily. I've been flying Logi because I honestly just like Logi a lot more than combat ships. Combat ships, it's like, all right, lock up F1. You just like rinse and repeat. Whereas Logi, you got the mini game of who needs help more than the rest, and it's just a lot more involved. Splitting your reps, choosing when to overheat your rep. I mean, I find it a lot more fun than because I'm not concerned about kill mails. So there's some people that want the kill board all nice and pretty, but
CCP working on that, Logium.
I heard that they were going to implement. I think it might already be in.
No, it's
not.
It's not. It's going to be the Killmail 2.0 system, and I don't think it gives you the Killmail if the person you rep is. It might, but my understanding was that it'll show like if somebody dies who assisted them with reps. Is my understanding.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be the other way. Like if you were repping someone that then gets a kill, that you would get.
It very well could be. I could totally be wrong.
Because that would make sense. That it's like you assisted someone in killing.
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
Ship. So because that's more of a kill mail rather than like, yeah, I rep the. It's because otherwise it'd be like it's the opposite of a kill mail. It's like, let us show you how you failed. See this guy that you were repping, you didn't save him. That's not.
I think part of it was they were going to show like how much logistics was applied over the course of the fight, or some kind of stuff like how much HP was repped. Like it's probably easier to keep track of just like how much damage X person has done to another player over the course of the 15 minutes before it died. You can keep track of over the last 15 minutes how much reps has been applied to that person. So it's probably easier to keep track on the back end, I would imagine.
I was gonna say, I think both would be good, right? Like you can see who in your fleet was actually doing reps, as well as Logi actually getting on kill mail. So that way, when people are like, "Oh, I'm gonna have like 3 Cloaky Logis in this site with me," they actually get on the kill mail to show that someone just didn't get a solo kill.
Then you have like Logi shaming.
So I was saying it could be a way like if someone died and it shows that you were repping them, but even though they died, it's like because it could be like, well, EHP for that ship it might be around like 40,000, just say, but if they tanked like 130,000 damage and it shows that you repped like 40,000, that it's like, okay, you did pretty good even though they died.
Yeah, always the fun ones was being a triage pilot. The number of times I've had people say you didn't even rep me, and then I show them in my video recordings to record everything that, yes, I landed multiple cycles of reps, but you got alpha because the fleet was just that big. So cry to somebody else. But, now you have the kill on there.
So Drayden, you said that, sometimes you get some pings or you're coming off of work and you can jump right into a fleet. I mean, what's the primary time zone? Because I know, for me, usually I get off of work and it's they've already had fleets going for hours and now they're like, we're done. And
yeah, I get that. So, like, there's actually a lot of times I can't get on the fleets because the fleets are basically set for U.S. prime time, like evening. And most people schedule. I think because I'm Pacific time, so I'm further back than most people, so it's a little bit harder for me to get there on time. And also just because of my job. So, I mean, some days I get home at 3, some days I get home at 7. So if the fleets usually go out between 5 and 6 p.m. for me, which would be 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern. So, I mean, if you're U.S. time zone, it's usually, and you work in the morning, most often you should be able to get on the fleets.
Okay, so because I live in Texas now, we're going to consider it's around supper time.
Yeah, it's usually right around there. And also, if you can't make the weekday fleets, they usually always run fleets on the weekend, sometimes a couple, and they'll usually run some earlier in the day and then some in the evening. So, and there's also just spontaneous fleets. You know, if someone just random time of the day and someone tackles a capital or tackles something, and they just kind of do like a flash form, and if you're home and can get on, then you jump on the fleet and go for that too.
Those are the best ones.
Yeah, I remember one of the best ones was it was a Saturday right after open comm, so it was a little little rough waking up, but I woke up, sat down, turned on the computer, and instantly just got a ping. They're saying Yoo-Hoo tackled, and just we killed a wyvern. And I'm like, man, that's a good way to wake up. Just wake up, get on fleet, kill a super, and then go about your day.
Okay, I've heard Yoo-Hoo mentioned several times, either written down or in this
Yeah, it's
podcast.
just code name for super.
What?
If they got a super
Okay.
or a Titan tackled, it's a Yoo-Hoo. So it's like
Okay,
Yoo-Hoo's tackled or Yoo-Hoo fleet. It's got kind of code like, hey, we got supers.
gotcha. Speaking of caps and supers, what is the cap and super situation within VO? Are you guys like just loaded full of caps, or
For
the
the
next
amount
big
of players
bad?
that we actually have a pretty decent cap fleet. Like we're not a giant alliance, but I mean, I would say at least half the people in the alliance can do dreads and carriers and stuff. And then we got, I don't know how many super carriers and titans we got, but we got a handful. So I mean, for the small number of people that we have, it's pretty significant percentage that can do caps.
So it's a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
Okay, Murdad's typing some stuff.
Well, I had a question from a passionate listener who wanted to know why
So
the
passionate.
why the quad lift 50 MN wasn't part of the Munin fit.
I'm not sure because when it comes to fittings, I'm an idiot.
What?
Don't ever let me come up with your fits. The quad lift, the 50 MN micro warp. I actually don't even know what we're using because I always fly the scimitar, so I'm not even sure what's actually fit on the mutants. But
It should be an MWG.
I would assume
normal.
it's because of either capacitor usage or fitting space would be my best guess of why they used a particular warp drive or MWD.
I think this was just a passionate member who wanted to bling fit his Munin.
Oh, well, that's the thing. If you want, like, they have like the general fits. If you want to tweak your fit to put better stuff on there, they have no problem with that. The only thing is they aren't going to SRP that. I don't even know if we SRP Munins. I think we Logies, caps, rapiers,
Links.
stuff like that. Yeah, links. Like all the just the general ship of the line DPS ships. I don't think they SRP that. So the ship is on you to pay for it, and if you want to bling fit it, then feel free. But if it dies, that's your disc out the window.
All right, so here's the key question: if Elo goes inactive, like he seasonally does with these alliances of previous versions, previous dots, in say early summer, is the alliance going to die?
I would
No.
hope not. I don't think so. We've got enough FCs in there that can run fleets aside from Elo. He's not the only FC, and a lot of the FCs are really good too. And I think a lot of the same people log in. So I don't know why in the past when Elo disappears that the alliance goes dormant. But I can't say for certain whether it would happen or not. But I would still log in and go on fleets even if Elo wasn't there.
Does he go to like a hibernation mode or something during the winter? Is that what he does?
I don't know, and I'm not sure if it's it might just be like a thing. He's like, hey, I'm gonna take a break, and then maybe everyone else is like, yeah, why not? And they all just go on a break. Who knows?
Well, it sounds like you have a fun little thing going on there. Just for the lulz, as much content as you can jam into an evening. Have fun, no fucks
Yeah,
given.
I've actually been having more fun here than I have in probably the last couple of years in Eve. I was kind of getting it just kind of felt like same old stuff in Imperium, and I was kind of getting a little bored. And so I was definitely not logging in very much for a while. And then when I made the switch to Black Legion, and I don't know, it just seems like a very fun attitude towards the game, and it's pretty active. So I don't know. It's like I've been actually enjoying getting in there and doing stuff, as opposed to in the past where I'm just like it felt like I'd log in to go on fleets because I felt like I had to, and now I want to. So
What about you, Rain?
Oh yeah, I'm having fun. I haven't found a group in the longest time that reminded me of pizza and pasta. BL definitely reminds me of that. They're a bit different because they're not as Euro related, but they still remind me of my home.
What about you, Manic?
I'm usually pretty selective about the groups that I roll with, and BL has been amazing. Everybody's really cool. Like Drayden was saying, everybody's really chill. The fleets are really mostly just about going out and killing shit and having fun. We're not really concerned about taking or holding Sov or anything like that. It's just we just want to have some fun in this weird game we play.
So if you're talking to somebody who's a little bit lost, doesn't know what they're doing, needs somewhere to go, what's the selling feature? What's the elevator pitch you're going to give to that new player?
can you fly mutants? Can you fly scimitars? Do you like Yoo-hoo kills?
If you can breathe, we'll take you. I'll post the link to our forums.
Yeah, we'll take
Seriously.
anyone with a pulse.
Yep.
I mean that's a screaming endorsement.
Oh, I think I put the bill.
Well, I think that the Nebraska restriction was an AMRAS thing, and he's gone now. So I think we'll even take people from Nebraska.
Kale, this seems like a place for you.
No, it really does. I mean, I've been without a home for good lord, going on 3-4 months now. So I mean, I
And
have to do
if we
something.
can get another podcast streamer,
Oh,
oh man,
We're getting them all.
and another one, and another one.
So Elo posted and he goes, "Have tall CEO." I don't think that's true. I don't think Elo's that tall.
He's pretty
no, he's
tall.
not
Well,
that tall.
he finally got off of Dota.
Yeah, I don't think he's very tall. He's like average height, I think. Maybe a couple inches short.
Drayden, you're taller than him for sure.
It's hard for me to judge because I'm like a foot above
Drayden's
everybody.
taller than everybody. Yeah.
Guys, is that really the real Elo Knight in the chat right now?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, that's him.
What a scumbag in the chat there.
Elo, we're talking shit about you.
Eli told them
Yeah,
about your back
you-
tattoo.
Your tramp stamp.
Hashtag mutant.
Could have been here to defend himself.
2-9 with Omni Knight in the Dota. He lost, bro.
I could just see him getting like a Yoo-hoo penis tattoo as well. That's got to be your next one, Elo. I'll pay for it if you get it.
All right. Well, let's wrap this horse and pony show up here.
Horse and
That's
pony.
that's
show?
very. I don't think that's very generous of you.
I know it's a stretch, really.
You know, Meredith, I would love to read the evemeet.net stuff, but I'm having a hell of a time just loading chat, so I'm gonna let you do that.
I got you, bro. So we got Eve Down Under on June 29th in New South Wales. I saw a bunch of posts from Falcon heading down there. It should be a good time. All 3 of the Australians should be there with a couple CCP devs. Should make like 5. So it's pretty pricey. 135 Australian dollars. I don't even know how much that's worth. Probably 2 dingoes and
At least 1,000 Canadian dollars.
it's got to be like 2 kangaroos, pelts maybe. Anyways, go check that out if you're down in Australia. There's an event on the same day in Lithuania. Not even going to bother pronouncing that. If you're Lithuanian, you probably know where that event is. Cheap, only €1.5. On June 30th, Houston Eve monthly meetup in Houston, United States. Check that out at the King's Head Pub. Free on that one. And there's a Let's Meet in Poland. Some unpronounceable name in Poland. Go hang out in Poland if you're in that region. Go check that event out. And that's on the July 13th. And then July 21st is Steel City Eve 3. So go check that one out. It's, where is that? Bueller, Pennsylvania. That's Rick Javix's event, so contact him directly if you need some information on that. But that's July 21st.
Yeah, Rick's actually sent me some Eve Steel City stickers when I was in Afghanistan a few years back, and actually plastered some of them around the fob there. So you might, if you ever end up in Afghanistan, you might find some Eve Steel City stickers around there.
And then on the more long-term events, there is a Eve Northeast happening August 2nd to August 5th near Albany, New York. It's an outdoor event for kind of keep camping style event. Some of you have been to that event, haven't you?
No, Dirk's gone to Eve Northeast the last couple of years, and I think Jay McClain as well, and a few other people. But the last couple of years, it was in Northeast Pennsylvania. I think somewhere near Allentown. But it was the same thing. It was like an outdoor camp thing. So I'd assume it's the same type of thing, just in a different spot this year.
Wicked. Well, that's evenortheast.com for details on that. We'll link it here in the chat. And then for all our UK video listeners who never make it to the stream, I'm sorry, my sweet UK listeners. Anyways, Eve NT6 and the AT16 Finals Day Party will be in Nottingham on the 18th of August, 2018. Go check out that. You can hang out with all of the Eve AT nerds and watch the last day of the events and get drunk. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that one will be really fun. I'll be there, so people can come hang out.
Is that the Des Moines one?
Oh, the Eve NT one.
Oh, right.
You know what everyone should do? Everyone should host like an Eve NT party in their hometown. Let's make it a thing.
I would love to be like.
That would be so cool.
I mean, I guess there's the Vancouver, BC one, but like an Eve Northwest, like I don't know. I mean, can't do it where I'm at because Spokane is kind of ugly and Coeur d'Alene's too small and remote. But like an Eve Seattle or an Eve Portland would be awesome. But we tried to do an Eve Portland one time, but me and Pearl were the only ones that went. We tried to get Ash Strothy to come because he lives in Oregon somewhere.
Yeah, you know, I still need to get with Alexiev Card. He actually is a neighbor. He lives in the same town as I do here in Texas, and we to get together. So maybe we should make that happen.
There was an Eve Seattle organizing a couple months ago, I think.
Oh shit! I need to start logging into Eve Meet more.
And
was it on Eve Meet?
It was, yeah. We were promoting it a bit. It was a little bit far for us to come down from the Vancouver meet, but we discussed it.
Yeah, and I mean, like the Vancouver thing would be cool. And maybe one of these times, if it's every month, maybe I'll just have to come out there for that. Because I mean, that's a bit of a drive, but not a ridiculous. I mean, I think from where I'm at to Vancouver is probably 7 or 8 hour drive. So,
I mean, if you did one of the summer ones, it would be cool. Like if you wanted to come up for a couple days.
Yeah. I mean, it would be like a drive out there most of the day. Is it just a meet up for an evening and then it's done?
Yeah, it's an evening thing, but I mean,
okay, so if I left early in the morning and then went out there, the only thing is if I did an eve meet, had some drinks, then it's like, okay, now I got to drive 8 hours back home and get home at like 4 in the morning. That I'd probably just get a motel out there and then come back the next day.
Drayden, I've slept on your floor. You can sleep on my nice couch.
You paid for that floor. Well, yeah, okay, well, that'd be cool. Do you live in Vancouver then? I know you lived up in BC somewhere, but I didn't.
Yeah. I live in Vancouver.
Okay, well, might take you up on that some month.
For sure. All right, we also
you guys planning on going to Eve Vegas?
Oh yeah, I already got my ticket paid. I still gotta lock in the hotel and flight, but the ticket is paid for.
I just bought mine yesterday.
Nice.
Ooh, lucky.
Oh, I was wondering if they were. I was gonna be asking if they were sold out or not. So
They still have a few. And I'm still trying to work with the community relations guys to try and get us a media pass. Or get me a media pass because Mr. I'm gonna have a baby over here. Can't make it.
just keep rubbing it in. That's okay.
It's gonna be me and LT. We're gonna do it, and I'm sorry.
There are several people from Iron, several of the Vancouver crew going down. It's going to be quite a fun event. I'm Sad I'm missing it.
I tell you what,
I'm very excited.
if I go, I'll wear like a in memorial of Meridad T-shirt.
Ah, so nice.
I'll take your place. Yeah.
So yeah, the monthly meetups, Vancouver, third Tuesday of every month. Toronto, Ontario's got their monthly meetup. Des Moines, Iowa have their monthly meetup. And Houston, of course, as we already mentioned, have their monthly meetup. If you have a monthly meetup that you want to advertise here on the show, just poke us. We'll talk about it every week. Alright, let's do some shoutouts and let's get off this rickety train ride. We shall start at the bottom. Rain.
Obviously, shout out to Black Legion. I've been having a blast since I joined them, I believe 3 months ago or something along those lines. I guess shout out to you guys. Thank you for inviting us on. I've had a blast.
Thank you very much for coming. Manic?
Shout out to my man Jesus Christ. And yeah, everybody in BL. And yeah, thanks you guys for having us on. It's been awesome.
Thank you, Manic, and keep up your good work on everything you do, stealing the limelight at CCP events.
I try.
LT?
I wasn't prepared for this. The note says guests.
Okay, sorry. I will skip you. Drayden?
Yeah, shout out to you guys. Thanks for having me on. I mean, I'm just gonna pimp Vegas. I know it's a few months out, but if you're going, it's gonna be a hell of a time. And shameless
Last
plug.
chance to get your tickets probably
Yeah,
is the next little bit here.
Yeah, but definitely come out if you can. And it's Friday through Sunday, but a lot of us come a little bit early. So if you wanted to come early, like I know me and Dirk and a bunch of us are getting in on a Wednesday. So
I would highly recommend getting in the day before.
Leaving the day after.
that way you don't start the pub crawl already exhausted from your plane flight and stuff. So
Yeah, and
Well,
and you don't have
late
to
for
be
me.
you don't have to be a big drinker. You don't have to be a big partier. You can just be there to talk Eve nerd stuff, and there will always be a huge group of people available to talk and bullshit and go on about any little piece of the Eve community. Like there was always people standing around looking to chat.
and drinking is not a requirement. Was it CCP Avalon's been there the last couple years, and he's coming again this year, and he doesn't drink alcohol at all. So, and he has a badass time. So,
But if you hate your liver, I mean, you can destroy your liver all weekend, and it is a great fucking time. But yeah, LT, you have a second chance here. Second chance at redemption.
No.
Shout outs.
You cut out as you're shutting out. You fail.
Jesus.
You're gonna get better at this next week. I swear. Kale.
Yeah, no, I think really I just want to shout out the fact that so I went to this beer related. It was a homebrewers little retreat this weekend, and I think just like Eve Online, you have those group of people that you have a shared goal or a shared idea with, and then it kind of brings you together. So just find something in your neighborhood, find a Eve Online meet if you want to, find something else, and get out there. And you might have a shared interest, but then you don't always have to talk about just Eve Online or just beer brewing. You're gonna end up talking about other things, and it's just a way to meet up, a way to get together. So do that and enjoy that. And I'll be putting my application for Black Legion here shortly.
nice. I'll give you a vouch. Just put Rain on there.
Yeah.
If you actually want to get it, you should put Rain on there. But
All right.
Nice.
Shout out to all the people who tuned in tonight. Thanks for joining us. If you haven't already taken the opportunity, join us in our Discord. We shuck it up during the week. We look for people who want to be on the show. We talk about the stuff that's happening in game. We don't do a lot of pings. We don't push a lot of shit on you. It's a kind of an open community to shoot the shit and throw some memes around, talk about beer, and have a good time. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for my alliance for killing our first faction Fortizar this week. Love that 80 bill on my kill board. Good times.
Oh, I got a shout out then.
Oh, fuck, come on, LT. That was the simple shout out.
Shout out to Trigit for keeping our supers on top of the Forza, so I couldn't get on the kill mail with my brand new Nix.
Wah, 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 wah. Next time. And shout out to my wife for surviving the heat wave and bringing my baby along. All right.
Wait, heat wave? What is it, like 10?
It was 31. It was
Oh, God.
unbearable.
I don't understand these numbers. That should be freezing.
Oh, well.
Bless her heart. Bless
I mean, it
her
is
heart.
Canada. It could be that temperature even though it's summer.
That goes along with our Norse mythology. Anyways, thank you all for coming. Thank you for guesting on it with us. We'll see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. And have a good night.